In the morgue lay a little boy named Louis. Just as the doctor was preparing to perform the autopsy, his body suddenly began convulsing. After emergency treatment, the boy miraculously came back to life, but his subconscious refused to wake up. According to his mother Lucy's testimony, Louis had fallen from a cliff, and the perpetrator was allegedly his stepfather. Strangely enough, Lucy showed no grief over her son's accident and instead began frequently flirting with the attending physician, Dr. Jack. As their relationship grew closer, Jack suddenly received a threatening letter written in Louis's voice one day, warning him to stay away from his mother. The letter reminded Jack of his recent nightmares, but he didn't believe in supernatural events. To uncover the truth, Jack visited Louis's psychologist. The records showed that Louis had been a troubled child even before the accident. He had a strange personality and no one wanted to be his friend. He would even deliberately wet his pants to avoid treatment. Most disturbing of all, this 9-year-old boy had been keeping hamsters for a long time, only to cruelly kill them once he'd grown attached to them. Louis believed that since the pets belonged to him, he had the right to decide whether they lived or died. Jack theorized that abuse from his stepfather had caused Louis's psychological problems, but the psychologist dismissed this theory. According to Louis's own accounts, his stepfather loved him dearly and was his closest companion and role model. Meanwhile, Louis's grandmother also insisted that her son would never hurt his grandson. Just as the case hit a dead end, police discovered the stepfather's body at the bottom of the cliff. To get to the truth, Jack made a bold move. He decided to connect to Louis's consciousness through brainwave technology. Under hypnosis, Louis recounted in first person what really happened on his birthday. His mother had prepared candy that the stepfather suspected was poison. During their argument, the mother pushed the stepfather off the cliff. Louis witnessed everything and knew he would be next, so he jumped off the cliff himself. Suddenly, Louis's heart stopped beating, and the doctors began emergency resuscitation. Meanwhile, Lucy remembered all the ways she had abused her son, poisoning his candy, contaminating his food with bacteria, staging electrocution accidents. Louis had lived under his mother's abuse since birth. Lucy was diagnosed with Munchausen syndrome by proxy, a condition where people often seek attention by harming their children. Although her crimes were exposed, Lucy was already pregnant with Jack's child. Even though Lucy had been committed to a psychiatric hospital, Jack still had to take care of this mother and child. No one would ever know whether this child might become the next Louis. Meanwhile, the resuscitated Louis still refused to wake up. Only in his consciousness could he be with his stepfather, who had transformed into a seaweed monster. This father figure, who shared no blood relation with him, had always protected him, but the stepfather wanted him to bravely face his new life. Finally, with his stepfather's encouragement, Louis decided to return to reality.